Hey, welcome back for this week's update. I guess this week's update is going to be called week 6, even though technically it's the end of week 5, beginning of week 6. I get all messed up because that first seed starting video, I just called it seed starting. Then I immediately went into week 1, week 2, week 3. So either way, if you've been hanging with me, I really appreciate it. If you've hung with me from the beginning and we're growing together, let me know down below how you doing. We've got, what, five weeks down or 5 weeks in the bag of seed starting. And here next, what is it, Sunday? So here on Sunday is my projected last frost date finally. Although, like I told you, I don't really play into that. I think it's a little bit longer. But I've really done good on using the greenhouse for, well, the way it should be used. So let's take a look and see where things are at now, and hopefully where yours are at. Maybe yours are even a little bit larger than mine. Let me know. So the first one I'm pretty excited about. Even though I was anti-72 cell seed tray, it worked. And here's where the San Marzano tomatoes are now. They've done really good. These are up potted into the what they call the industry 1 gallon, but the 3/4 gallon pots. And it's actually doing really well. I'm already seeing roots down here at the bottom. It's like they're on steroids this year. So these are right at that point. I was hoping we didn't see roots out the bottom yet. It's close, but here in the next week or two, people around here are going to start going crazy, and they're going to want tomatoes, because what better is there to grow in your garden than tomatoes? And then just to show you, this is, and I've got multiple. I think we have 4 trays of these. All these are the San Marzano tomatoes that were so little in that last video. And then when I talked about how you can grow your leaf lettuce in the little 3/4 gallon pot and start cut and come again, tonight's going to be the first cut. We're going to give it a haircut for a salad tonight, and I'll keep you updated on how it goes. But it's a good way to get a salad early in the year. For the rest, I'm going to take you in the greenhouse and show you up close, because they're still tiny. All my peppers and all that stuff is still really little. These are the Brandywine tomatoes, and they're doing pretty good. 72 total were planted in there. I mean, right now, just at a glance, we're probably looking at, a 75% germination rate so far. But they are still popping through. Well, like I told you, everything grows at a different rate. These are what I call my cherry tomatoes, the story I was telling you about, the seeds I got from Montrose Seed Bank. That were the Italian breed, and now I don't even know the name, and I thought they were lost forever until I found a pack of seeds that I had saved. They're doing really well. If I had to go through and I would say we're, just a quick guess, 80% germination rate. Not bad. The super beefsteaks are going crazy, but they tend to do that every year. Super beefsteaks do really well. Looks like we got to give them some water. Okay, this tray we got to do a little different. I'm going to bring it out here on the little demonstration table that I have out front, because it's got a whole bunch of different peppers in it, and they all kind of grow at a different rate. They're from just about jalapeno hot on up to super hot. First row here, we have my goat peppers. They haven't done anything yet, and you'll notice this entire tray is April 1st. So the big reason that I want everyone to notice this, especially if you're a new grower, don't panic. Peppers take time, and I'm hearing people ask questions like crazy where they're already panicking and the season hasn't even really started yet. So don't panic, it's okay. The Kang Star Lemon Starburst, we've got 4 up so far. Not doing too bad. The cherry bomb pepper last year was amazing. Even in a little 3-gallon fabric pot, it went crazy. I've got a video from last year if you're curious. That's also the one that they claims only about the heat of a jalapeno, but I disagree. I took that thing and plopped it in my mouth, and that heat just took over my tongue immediately. It was a lot hotter than a jalapeno, well, at least any jalapeno I've had. The Dorset Naga, we got one little guy there. I don't think that's actually a Dorset Naga. That popped up first. But they are starting. Dorset Naga is a lot hotter. I think it's around 1 million Scoville units. but I'm gonna try to grow a giant pepper like Chili Chump and Pepper Geek and Pepper Guru did. The Scotch Bonnet. Now the Scotch Bonnet's doing really well. And you'll see I had a lot of Scotch Bonnet seeds from last year, so I dropped 2 in a hole on a lot of them. But I'll show you. We'll go through when we up pot them. They're really easy to pull apart. We've got 14 of them up right now for Scotch Bonnets. And Scotch Bonnets are heavy producers. They're really nice. And then down here we have my red cayenne. It's just there's nothing special about it. It's that cayenne that I told you produced like crazy. And actually, searching through Google, I found out that the red cayenne holds, not the red cayenne, but the cayenne holds the record for the largest plant grown at like 18 feet tall. Also, if you take a look, see, here's another one that, I'm just gonna do it, let's see. That is not a red cayenne, and that matches what's over here on the doors at Naga. So we're just gonna pull those now and get it over with. Here's the thing I did. I typically don't buy plants from the greenhouses, but I was at the greenhouse looking for seed potatoes just because I'm not too happy with the way mine are turning out that I was getting ready to plant. They didn't have, well, I take that back. They got a delivery while I was there and their seed potatoes look like crap. So I didn't get any. But I have the habanada this year, the heatless habanero. And I was really curious because I keep hearing, well, on YouTube, I keep hearing about the nata pino, the heatless jalapeno. Well, I came across this one, and it's called the Fooled You. I keep hearing it called the nata pino. Maybe it's 2 different ones, but it's another heatless jalapeno. And I wanted to give it a try, and it was $4 for 4 plants. I don't know how these greenhouses do that, but pretty awesome. And then that little blueberry plant, the sad one that I found at Walmart, we've got blooms on it. It's actually doing really well. I'm gonna probably pot it up here in the next week or so, but I want to keep it nice and I want to keep it in controlled conditions for a little while and give it a good start, you know. These are the jalapenos that I grow every year. So these are, I'm just off the top of my head, I want to say these are 4 years maybe. The 4th year, maybe they're 4 years. This might be the 5th year. But anyway, I save the seeds from them every year. I don't even know what kind of jalapeno they are, but they get huge and I really like them. So we did a whole tray. We're gonna see what we can get. I'll take the biggest ones and try to grow a giant jalapeno plant. Another weird sideways tray. But these are all different bell peppers and sweet peppers. And we've got some popping. These were planted on the 2nd. So you can see, if you're a new grower, don't panic. Peppers take a while. And then just because I showed you last week, planted at the same time. Some just do better than others. Now watch, I want to keep giving you this update because all of a sudden, sometimes they decide to take off. There's no rhyme or reason, but stick with it. Don't give up on your plants. I can't pull a plant. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't pull a plant. I can't kill it. I just keep nurturing it through the year. Let's go check out the square foot beds. I'm actually really excited over here at the square foot beds. They're doing really well overall. And I even did some, you can see them back here. I'll take you down there. But where I transplanted some over, and my lettuce, spinach, that kind of stuff is doing really well. Let's see if this works better. Get a view of the whole thing. So spinach down here planted from seed, doing really well. I've got a little, you probably can't even see it, I've got one little sprout of the celery. Celery planted from seed in here on March 23rd, if you can see that tag. Just to give you an idea, I do have a few carrot sprouts back here. Those are the 2 that I can't, for the life of me, remember. I'm thinking they're lettuce now that I see them, but I didn't label them. Sometimes we're stupid. It's just how it works. From seed, Swiss Chard, 3 out of the 4 came up. Seem to be doing really well. Butter Crunch lettuce is doing well. I got a couple little bunching onion seeds. Kale back here, doing really well. I don't think that one's a kale. I'm gonna have to pull that. Again, I think lettuce. No spring onions in the back one. Carrots over there are popping through. They're actually doing all right. And over here in the bottom left, I've got salad bowl blend, and it seems to be doing really well. Lettuce does good no matter what. This bed's doing extremely well. So this was transplants that got the sun scald in the last video. They've recovered and are doing really well. Same with the spinach. I've been, as new growth comes in, plucking off the old and getting rid of the sun scalded leaves. But you can see it's nice and green, doing phenomenal. The bok choy, I've never grown bok choy before. All of them came up. We're gonna see how it goes. I don't have anything back there. This is my transplanted lettuce, and it seems to be doing really well. We're gonna do some come again off of that one here really soon. Again, no celery, but celery's a slow grower. I got a few carrots up, so I took the board away. And the bunching onions, looks like all of them came up. And then right now, the third bed over here, I gave this one to my son, and so far he's only got his carrots in there. He's hardening off some spinach and some lettuce and that kind of stuff to transplant into his. But we do have carrots popped up in these three, so I flipped the boards off right away. When you start seeing sprouts, get those boards off of the carrots. Okay, I'm going to take you into the bird war zone over here. These birds are crazy. These are the snow peas, and they're coming through really well. My Lincoln peas are all popping through, and I think some of them got washed down a little bit because they're all over the place. They're not in a line. That's okay. I even got a bunch hiding back here in the mulch. Then all the garlic that I planted at the end of last year in that video seems to be doing phenomenal. I do have some, at least 5 or 6, I think, that didn't make it through the winter. But that's okay. Plenty of garlic. And it's way better than anything at the grocery store. And then that potato that I must have missed last year popped through, and I'm just going to let it do its thing. We'll see what happens. Take you out and see how the chickens are doing. So we went through, the way the sun sets, it comes up back there. The porch was way too hot, or at least the porch and the front, unless they went underneath. So I went ahead and put a camo net up for shade, and now they love it. And I don't just have one rooster, I have 2. But the second rooster turned out to be the one that claimed me, so that one's going nowhere. Hi, babies. There he is, the one standing up back there. Yeah, he's a rooster too. But they're all doing really well. They love laying out here and hanging out. Let's run inside and take a look at the seed starting area. There's a lot that I need to up pot in there to come out here so I can get some more. Those conditions on starting seeds just work so much better. When you're in a controlled environment like that, you can start peppers so much better. Now, I know this isn't garden related and we hadn't talked about it at all, but I have a really small front yard, thank goodness, since our irrigation for the community's been down. So in an attempt to make this year go better without the actual in-ground irrigation that we had, I brought in a load of composted horse manure. So we brought in a whole dump truck load for the 2 houses, because I own that house over there too. But check it out, we went through and put a nice thick layer of composted horse manure down on the lot, and I keep raking it in and keep watering it in. It's something we used to do back in Ohio when I was young. And you can see how dark green that grass is coming through. The tree's looking really healthy. It'll save you a ton of money just to do it that way. Go on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. Find you some composted, some aged horse manure. Put a layer down. Your grass will be nice and bright green. It'll pull the worms up and get the microbes going inside the soil. It'll really improve your soil. So I'm trying to do what I do for my gardens back there with the soil to my lawn and make the lawn super healthy so it doesn't need as much water. If you've looked at the price of fertilizer anytime recently, even just like a Scott's fertilizer, and really who wants to use that, it's gone through the roof. It's super expensive. If you have any kind of yard, you can't afford to be putting that on constantly. Where this is a once a year thing and it's done, and I'll kind of keep you updated in case you're interested. In case you're interested in that kind of thing. I know it has nothing to do, well, I know it's not vegetable gardening. but it's still growing and it's still important. Then another cool one that's not vegetables as well, but the tulips loved that horse manure and they are going crazy. And then my indoor seed starting, which is so much easier. I've got the big light and everything's heat controlled. Everything's really thriving in here. It's time to up these are mortgage lifter tomatoes. I thought they were the Ukrainian purple. Time to up pot those. I ended up getting 6 in there. I'm going to do a video right after this, maybe tomorrow, on how to up pot tomatoes for any of you that haven't done it before, that's new to gardening. I'm going to show you how easy it is just to pull their roots apart and transplant them into their own pots. Super simple. Any new growers out there, you're going to want to see that one. I talked about my onions and how big they're getting, just to give you an idea. Time for their haircut. We'll be doing that here shortly too. But they're doing great. Everything in here is doing really good. This will give you an idea if you haven't grown them before. So this one's the Chernobyl jalapeno. March 17th is the date on there. Give you an idea compared to hand. I mean, they're small. Almost a month old. And that's where they're going to be now. Now they're going to take off from here and they're going to start growing quickly. But I'm really trying to get new growers to understand where they should be at so they're not panicking. And then every year I grow a lot of Carolina Reapers. I turn it into powder. You can add a little or you can add a lot. There's still a whole bunch in here popping up. April 1st was when they were planted, so we got a ways to go. I think I counted 48 in here, and I planted 72 of them. So we're on our way to a good germination rate. Oh, before I forget, the Matapino jalapeno that I was so excited about, it does have those funky white leaves coming up like I've seen in a bunch of the pictures. So hopefully I'm going to have multicolored jalapenos. I know, it's the little things that excite me. So I hope these weekly updates are helping you out or doing something for you. My whole idea behind it is not just to document for me where I'm at each year, but I really do see a lot of comments and questions, especially in the Facebook groups, where we're getting a whole lot of new growers out there that don't know where they should be. It's stressful. You put a lot of time, you put a lot of money, sometimes blood, sweat, and tears into growing these plants, and weeks go by and they're not sprouting and you don't know where you need to be. So my hope is that you can follow along. If you're new, you'll know where you need to be. If you're experienced, you'll grow with me and let me know where you're at. Show me some, maybe start a channel. Share with everybody else how yours are doing. We'd all like to know. We're all part of this weird community of gardeners out there that just like this. I mean, we watch each other's channels, we get to know each other, and it's a ton of fun. So remember, my saying, you don't have to be a prepper to be prepared, and gardening is your biggest preparation that you can do out there for any kind of emergency preparedness. We'll see you next time.